How's everybody doing today? You ready to enjoy this afternoon? Good lunch, good food, good company? Oh yeah. Well, welcome everyone to the 2024 Marana State of the Town. My name is Dan Mars. I'm the evening news anchor for KOLD News 13, and I hope you all tune in tonight at 10 o'clock. I appreciate that. We also have the NCAA tournament on KOLD this afternoon, so can I get a bear down? Bear down. Let's go to Blue Wildcats. Well, it is a pleasure to serve as your MC event, your event MC, and to see so many familiar and new faces to, once again, another sold-out event. As we gather here today, let us celebrate our community's resilience, growth, and shared aspirations. Let's embrace this opportunity to reflect on our achievements, acknowledge our challenges, and chart a path forward towards an even brighter future. Thank you for being here today, and let's all make today's gathering one to remember. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few of the people in our audience today. We have several elected officials with us, and I'd like to invite each of you, the elected officials, to please stand and be recognized for your public service to our community. You know, standing up here on stage, I kind of feel like one of you guys right now. Dan's your man. That's going to be my campaign slogan. Well, I'd also like to take a moment to recognize members of the armed forces, veterans, and all emergency responders who are here with us today. Thank you for your service to Marana and our community, so please, first responders, stand so we can say thank you. Please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Marana Police Department and Northwest Fire District. Followed by the national anthem sung by Marana High School choir students led by Cassandra Brander. Give him a big round of applause. next few moments to embrace gratefulness, compassion, and humanity.
Would you pray with me this Holy Week? Almighty God, we take a moment to humble ourselves during this Holy Week, and we offer our thanks to you. We thank you for the gifts that you've given us to be leaders, to be business people in this community. Thank you for the eyes that you've given us to see a vision of a brighter future. Thank you for the ears that you've given us to hear voices of reason that are necessary for our growth. Thank you that you've given us minds to discern between right and wrong. And God, you've given us hearts to love what we do, to love the people that we serve, and to love you. We take just a moment to pray for those who are serving our military. Many of our military are away from their families this Easter season. And we stop and we pray that you would put a hedge of protection around them and keep them safe. And for our leaders that are represented here today, would you give them vision to see trouble coming a mile away? Would you give them wisdom to know what to do? And would give them the courage to do it. In Jesus' name we pray.
I'll follow you.
Thank you, everyone. You may be seated. And now, please enjoy your lunch, break some bread, make some new friends. I will be back up here shortly to get our event underway. I want to thank our staff here at Dub Mountain. Please give them a big round of applause. They're working hard, getting our food to us. We really appreciate that. Great hospitality and great professionalism. I would like to welcome to the stage now Amanda Wiggins, President and CEO of the Marana Chamber of Commerce. Amanda, come on up.
It's an honor to be here with you today. Each year, this event highlights the community and a few of the many community partners working to ensure that Marana is an incredibly special place and continues to thrive. Many of you here today exemplify that culture. I want to thank you for your contributions to Marana. I am proud to call Marana home and to be working and raising my beautiful family here. As today's theme solidifies, whether you've lived here for generations, years, or months, home is here. This event is possible due to the strong sense of community and the businesses and people who are investing in that future. Thank you to the sponsors of this afternoon's event. Please join me in thanking our signature sponsor, the Tucson Airport Authority. As a happy Tucson International Airport user, I'm flying to Destin in June for less than $180, and a proud member of the Tucson Airport Authority. It's an honor to invite Danette Bewley, President and CEO of the Tucson Airport Authority, to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Amanda mentioned, my name is Danette Bewley, and I'm the President and CEO of our favorite airport, operated by the Tucson International Airport and the Tucson Airport Authority. Tucson International Airport is the proud signature sponsor of the 2024 Marana State of the Town. This year's theme, Home is Here, is a true reminder of how important the Marana community is for Tucson International Airport. Making your home airport, Tucson International Airport, or TUS as we call it, is so important. Our airport system is responsible for an $8.3 billion economic impact in our southern Arizona community. But an even bigger concern is the number of people who drive to Phoenix for air travel. With over 1/3 of southern Arizona travelers choosing to fly from Phoenix, we need your commitment to support your local airport as we work to grow our flight offerings. Airlines add routes where the data shows passengers are not willing to drive to other cities for existing routes. The data is powerful. Regardless of where you're traveling, we need your support to fly local, fly TUS. With 67 peak daily departures with over 400 worldwide destinations available with one connection, I ask for your commitment to make Tucson International Airport the home airport of Marana for your company's travel as well as your personal travel. I live in Marana. I love this community, and I'm so happy to have the pleasure of welcoming you to the 2024 Marana State of the Town. Thank you.
Thank you, Danette. In addition, I would like to thank our diamond sponsors today. Please hold your applause until the end. Bear, Chase Building Team, CTI, HSL Properties, Hughes Federal Credit Union, MHC Healthcare, Pima Federal Credit Union, and lastly, Trico. Also, please join me in thanking today's Ruby sponsors, and again, hold your applause. Arizona State University, Concord General Contracting, Gladden Farms, Crown West Land Group, Granite Construction Company, SOMAS, Tucson Electric Power, University of Arizona, Visiting Angels, and lastly, Waste Connections of Arizona. And thank you to our Emerald and Sapphire sponsors. Please hold your applause until the end. Encompass Health, FL Smith, GLHN, Lloyd Construction Company, Beasley Mitchell & Co., Mesh Clark Rothschild, and lastly, Team. I would also like to say a big thank you to our more than 650 Marana Chamber members who have allowed the Marana Chamber to reach new heights. We are always remembering and honoring the legacy of the leaders who have laid the foundation for success. Side note, please mark your calendar for the Ed Stolmaker Marana Golf Tournament on Friday, September 13th at the Omni Tucson National. And with that foundation, I'm excited to share with you today that because of our staff, board, ambassadors, members of the community, we have reached and exceeded a record-setting 650 members in our chamber. Our event participation at our more than 150 annual events has reached records of our registrations. And new industry-specific roundtables have been added to our programming. And we have a new program that we launched last year at State of the Town that I'm really excited to share more with you about, Impact Marana. As you can see in the photos, Class 1 has been a huge success. Impact Marana is an immersive experience taking business and community leaders through in-depth, behind-the-look scenes at the many dynamic sectors of the Marana community. These topics include public safety, education, agriculture, economic development, healthcare, resiliency, arts, history, and culture, and so much more. Just a few of the experiences from Class 1 have been a rescue task force demonstration by MPD in Northwest Fire District, a behind-the-scenes tour of the Marana Pumpkin Patch, which, side note, you should go this Saturday to the Springtime at the Patch. Bring your family, your last chance for spring at the Patch. Bear, watching and learning about rodeo at the White Stallion Ranch. Taking math class, not like the one you remember, with Mr. Elliott from Mountain View High School. Seeing a welding demonstration at Marana High School. To flying a Black Hawk helicopter simulator at the Western Army Aviation Training Site. Please turn your programs in front of you to the back of your program. And you are the first to know that applications are now open for Class 2 of Impact Marana. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
You know, I almost forgot, I got a bit of a tradition that I like to do. I like to do a selfie with everybody behind me. And that way way, when I put it on Facebook, not only will I get the haters, I always do, but no, just show people how much fun we have here in Marana. So, you guys ready? I want you to hoop it up. You ready? Here we go. That was, oh, come on. Tucson's gonna see this. Thank you very much. It's important to note that I'm very easily entertained, all right? Well, before I invite Mayor Ed Honey up here today, I'd like to draw your attention to the scenes where Town of Marana staff have prepared a special 4-minute video previewing their latest initiative to focus on our cherished history.
When I think about Marana, I can't help but think about the founding families that came here over 100 years ago, and they came here with a dream. You could open a newspaper in California or Oklahoma or Arkansas, and you would see ads for incredible farmland north of Tucson.
Everybody came here because Arizona is an amazing place to live, number one, and then this area had water.
I think that's really was the driving point for agriculture.
The good dry climate and the fact that you could grow anything here that you wanted to, whether it was your family or vegetables or cotton.
One of the things that made this such a great place to grow cotton is it was dry and extremely hot. Sometimes the yields on Marana cotton were the highest in the nation.
As you would expect with the laying down of a new community, it comes with challenges.
Marana was really far away from Tucson, and it really took the early pioneers here to work with the land and not have any neighbors to depend on. So you had to have that pioneer spirit, I would say.
You know, in the early days, a lot of the places out here, including the homies, didn't have electricity.
Could you imagine it gets hot here and not having air conditioner?
I can remember my grandmother talking about wetting burlap bags and hanging them in the windows in the summer.
When we were growing up, we didn't have telephone service at the house. You know, large families depended on each other. That kind of held people together to continue to move forward.
These people had grit, and they were tough people. And I would like to think that's the start that Marana grew from.
We owe a lot of thanks to the families that endured these hardships so we could become the community we are today.
My parents were immigrants from southern China, and that was always a dream of coming to the States to start a new life. I'm just thankful that my grandfather decided to make that decision to leave his home, leave his family, and to start a new life.
Those were the families that you talk about that persevered and built things in the community and were community minded and were able to put the starting blocks of what we now call Marana.
The first town hall was the original Honey Homestead. And the very first residential community in Marana is Honey Heights that was built by my mother and father.
Not only does Marana continue to inspire the same dreams in our residents today, but the spirit of our founders lives on through the town's vision for the future.
I've traveled a lot, I've seen a lot of places, and I just love coming here to Marana, coming back to Marana. It's just a very comforting, peaceful place.
I'm just really proud of the direction that Marana has taken to control its growth and try to keep our small town feel.
And if we say Marana is your home, we want you to come here and feel safe, cared for, and feel like you're part of our community.
And so I don't know that you can keep Marana looking like it did in the 1940s or 50s. People want to live here. I think we need to continue to provide that feeling to people that move to Marana, in a sense of home.
We're still a very friendly community, and we've tried to maintain that attitude to the town to the present day.
Home is here for me.
You know, on a personal note, home is is here. It actually is for me. I live in Marana. I work in Marana. My boys are part of the Marana Unified School District. One is, and one's going to be next year. So yeah, I love Marana. I've always lived right around I-10 and Cortero for the last almost 25 years. And I remember when I first moved here, the Walmart wasn't there. It was basically McDonald's and what is the other, Burger King. And it is just, the growth has been unbelievable, but I love how Marana holds on to its heritage. I think when we have a connection to our past, the way we do, it makes you feel more a part of a community. So I appreciate what Marana's doing with that. Mayor Ed Honey is the third generation of a 5-generation Marana family and has served on the council of 3 different occasions, totaling 37 years. He worked for the U.S. Postal Service in Marana as a contractor for 29 years before retiring in 2007. I don't know if you're retired quite yet, Mayor. Mayor Honey is a member of the Pima Associations of Governments, including chair in 2014, and is a member of the Regional Transportation Authority, including chair last year in 2023. He serves on the executive board of the Arizona League of Cities and Towns and is a member of Arizona Town Hall, Central Arizona Association of Governments, the Arizona Association of Economic Development, the Marana Optimist Club, and Marana Chamber of Commerce. He formerly served on the Marana Health Center and Marana Food Bank boards. Mayor Honey is a graduate of Marana High School, the U.S. Naval School of Construction, and Pima Community College. He served in the U.S. Navy Seabees during the Vietnam War and is a lifetime member of VFW Post 5990. Please welcome Marana Mayor Ed Honey.
Wow, what a great crowd we have here. You know, our community is like a big family, and people ask me, when you want to describe Marana, how do you do it? I said it's our personality, and it doesn't matter whether it's town or the health center or the police department or fire department or who we work with. We all have that same attitude, and we want to work together. Now, I'm not going to speak right now. I'm going to come back after our 3 speakers speak. But Carlos and Leanne and David are going to come and speak about 3 things that are happening in our community that we're extremely proud of. And Dan's going to read the bios. And then when we're done, we have a few awards we're going to make, and then I will close everything out. But thank you all for coming.
Leanne Harrison is the Executive Director of Chase Building Teams in Tucson Division. Leanne started her career in construction as a receptionist, literally starting from the bottom up and learning the ins and outs of all aspects of construction. Leanne worked her way up, landing an executive leadership role. Chase Building Team is founded on the concept of teamwork and building to make a difference in collaborating and giving back to the communities they serve. Leanne strives to make construction more than just building. Her top priority is to provide extraordinary construction services and client care. Leanne.
Hi, I'm Leanne. Last time I was in a room in front of this many people, I was around 4 years old and competing in a talent show doing the hokey pokey. This time feels way more comfortable. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Marana's Chamber's CEO, Amanda Wiggins and her team, and the town of Marana's mayor and council, and the town staff who have made this day possible, and who humble me with the ways they improve this planet, this town, Marana, and their work. As for me, I'm 90% sure the main reason I'm here is because I absolutely love Marana, and I'm lucky enough to call Marana home. And let me just say, I'm elated to be here with you today as we celebrate Marana together. Marana is the vibe. I remember being a little girl, dreaming of what my life would look like, and where I would live, where I would raise my family, where I would work, what my job would be, and how I would make a difference on this planet. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be lucky enough to call this magical town, Marana, my forever home. None of us here today have made it this far in life alone. We are each a thread that is woven together by our beliefs, the people in our lives, those who have loved us, those who have believed in us, those who showed us empathy and kindness, or told us the truth, even when it wasn't easy to hear it. Those who told us we could do it when there was no proof that it could happen at all. Some inspired us and coached us, helped us, and supported us. Today, I am grateful for all the steps and missteps that have thoughtfully guided me to this incredible place that I'm lucky enough to call home, Marana. It all started back in 2014, when my boss, Fallon, told me to move to Marana to build the Tucson Premium Outlets at the Marana Center. I remember being so afraid, not knowing what to expect, and in a lot of ways to start over. All that combined with the fear of failure. Very quickly, I knew I had made the right decision. Construction started and was off to a great start. Within a few weeks of mobilizing, Kurt Whitty and Benny Sanchez at the time from the town of Marana stopped by the project, not just to perform an inspection, but to see how we were doing personally, check in with us, get to know us, and make sure our relocation was positive. Asked about our family, what we like to do for fun. I remember thinking, it was so strange, yet really, really refreshing that they cared enough to get to know us on a more personal level. It didn't stop there. Terry Rosima, who was the police chief at the time, stopped by to see us on site. Don't worry, no one was getting arrested. Terry and his team wanted to get to know us, see how they could support us, asked about our kids, and even said they would patrol our construction site to ensure it remained secure. In that moment, I felt again that Marana was definitely different in a really beautiful way. My decision to relocate was confirmed again when Duggar and his team at Northwest Fire came by our project to not just complete an inspection, but to get to know us. And then again, Marana didn't disappoint me. When I enrolled my kids into school at Marana Unified School District, the care and love that Marana Unified's teachers and faculty showed my kids was so impactful in shaping them to be the leaders they are today. Never in my career have I had so many people that didn't know me stop by our construction site to get to know me, check in, and make sure me, my family, and I were okay. Marana authentically cared and showed us love from day one. The care provided to myself, my team, and Chase Building team during the construction of the Tucson Premium Outlets led to us making Marana our forever home and starting a Chase division in Marana. Over the years, we've been lucky enough to help shape this community through building projects like the town of Marana's new community and aquatic center. The design consists of a 60,000 square foot community center and a 48,000 square foot outdoor aquatic center located near the Marana Principal Complex at the corner of Marana Main Street and Bill Gaudette Drive. The community center will include 3 full-size courts, striped for basketball, volleyball, and pickleball, an indoor 3-lane elevated track fitness loft with equipment that offers diverse exercise options, fitness group studios, community rooms, child watch, teen gaming room, lounge areas, shared locker rooms with the aquatic center, administration, and support spaces. The aquatic center will include a 25-yard competition pool with 10 swim lanes and diving, a recreation pool with zero-edge entry, water-resistant channel, pool slides, play features, sun deck, shade canopies, all the things. We are targeting a May of 2025 completion, just in time for summer. The state-of-the-art facility will impact our community today and for many years to come. I'll never be able to find the words to thank the town of Marana collectively for the difference they made in my life, because no words would have ever been enough. I'm gonna try though. Thank you, Marana, for the difference you have made in my life, and on a more macro level on this planet. So today I leave you with a few thoughts. It starts with all of us today, right now. We all have the opportunity to transform our homes, our workplace, the places we live, and our conversations with each and every person. I encourage you to think about how you're going to transform the lives around you. Let's always remember to share love, light, and not let anything distract us from our mission here on this planet. We are one, and we are in this lifetime together for a reason. So let's shift the planet together. Let's show our community and each other the same care and love that Marana showed me and my family. Let's work together to shift our community forward powerfully for the greatest good of all.
Thank you, Leanne, and I cannot wait for this aquatic center. I'm going to be there on opening day. It's going to be nice. Well, Carlos Baez is the Executive Director of the Marana Food Bank and Community Resource Center, the Sahuarita Food Bank, the Sahuarita and Community Resource Center, the Saguaro Skills Center, and Project Azul. Carlos worked for the federal government in various programs, managed roles, prior to getting involved in all this nonprofit work he's doing now. He is a United States Air Force veteran and served during Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. In 2021, Carlos was nominated and selected by his community peers for AZ-19 Most Influential People Awards. Carlos is originally from Texas and has resided in southern Arizona since 2005. He's married and has twin 5-year-old girls. Wow. Wait till they turn 16, huh? Hands are full. He has a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautics from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and a Master of Business Administration from Eller College of Management at the University of Arizona. Please welcome Carlos Baez.
Hello friends, colleagues, local leaders. I'm honored to be present here today and would like to express my gratitude to the town of Marana officials, including Mayor Honey, Town Manager Rosama, and all council members for the town of Marana's generous financial support. Also want to thank Pima County for their initial financial support to ensure that operations can begin, as it shows how the county values the well-being of Marana community members. Thank you to the Marana Chamber of Commerce, Mayor Murphy of the town of Sahuarita, and all those who contributed to this effort. For those who may not be aware, I also serve as the Executive Director of the Sahuarita Food Bank and Community Resource Center. Before I proceed, I'd like to mention that I was briefly a resident of Marana back in 2004 when I was stationed at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. It is remarkable to witness the significant growth that Marana has undergone in the past 2 decades. Allow me to share a brief story about how the Sahuarita Food Bank became involved in Marana. Through the connection facilitated by Mayor Murphy to Mayor Honey, we had the opportunity to host town of Marana officials for a tour of our facility following Sahuarita's State of Town event last September. We were informed that the local Marana brick and mortar location was set to close at the end of November, prompting Marana leaders to take action to prevent this outcome. The local food bank, a long-standing and vital resource in the community, has been operating for 7 decades. During a tour organized for Marana officials, they gained insights into the potential impact of establishing a similar facility in Marana. Following the tour and a Q&A session, we were approached with a request to consider continuing the Marana operations with financial support from the Marana community. After thoughtful deliberation within the Sahuarita Food Bank leadership, we agreed in principle to collaborate and launch the Marana Food Bank and Community Resource Center on December 1st, ensuring the ongoing provision of essential services in the community. Councilmember John Officer noted that the initiatives at the Sahuarita Food Bank and Community Resource Center resonated with Ora May Harn's vision for Marana. Our mission extends beyond providing food. We also focus on addressing the underlying causes of hunger by offering job skills training, employment assistance, and various human services. We strive to create an environment where everyone is treated with dignity and respect, collaborating with community partners who share these values. Marana and Sahuarita are sister locations that share a common mission and values. The experiences at both locations will serve as valuable learning opportunities for their respective communities. Since the first week of December 2023, the Marana Food Bank has been providing assistance to nearly 250 families and over 830 individuals each week. With contributions from community members, businesses, federal government programs, and our Fresh Milk and Eggs initiative, we have distributed nearly 60,000 pounds of food during this time. It is important, thank you. It is important to emphasize the majority of this food distribution has been made possible through the generous support of the community. The Community Resource Center in Marana will not only address food-related issues, but will also offer a range of additional support services beginning late this year. These include family support programs such as free tax preparation, in collaboration with our partners today, healthy eating initiatives, promoting the inclusion of fresh vegetables and diets, and workforce development programs aimed at enhancing employment skills to reduce the reliance on food banks. Recognizing that some individuals we serve, such as seniors or those who are homebound may not re-enter the workforce, we prioritize providing family support programs to assist them in managing their finances effectively. In 2023, the San Juanito Food Bank and Community Resource Center launched our mobile hub to deliver essential services to rural communities and outlying areas in the greater Pima County region. Project Arizona United Lives aims to connect individuals with various programs and is scheduled to extend its services to the Marana region in early 2025. Additionally, in 2023, our vocational school, Saguaro Skills Center, commenced offering an IT certificate program tailored to prepare individuals for entry-level positions in the technology sector. We are currently developing 2 other skill programs set to launch in the upcoming summer and fall. These programs will also be available at the Marana Food Bank location. The initiatives represent just a glimpse of the exciting developments within our organizations and in collaboration with our partners. Thank you all to our supporters, partners, volunteers who have made the Marana Food Bank and Community Resource Center a success in such a short amount of time. And thank you to the town of Marana for embracing us and working together to ensure that this vital resource remains available to those in need. We are excited for all the amazing programs and initiatives that lie ahead. And we look forward to continuing to serve the Marana community with compassion and dignity. We need your financial support and volunteer efforts to make this all possible. Thank you for being an essential part of our mission to fight hunger and, more importantly, improve lives. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you.
David Saya has been a Marana resident for the past 7 years. He has been married for 33 years to the former Vonda Van Diest of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and they have 2 children, Adam, daughter-in-law Chriselle, and daughter Abigail. He is CTI and Kink Vice President in Operations and Chairman of the Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery Marana Foundation and a member of the DM50 supporting the 355th Fighter Wing Davis-Monthan Air Force, their airmen, and their families. David is a retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant, E9, with 27 years active duty in the fighter aircraft maintenance with deployments supporting Operations Northern and Southern Watch, Vigilant Warrior, and Enduring Freedom. Please welcome David Saya.
Good afternoon, Marana family. I'd first like to thank Mayor Honey for providing me this opportunity to inform you about CTI and a brief overview of our Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery at Marana. Thank you, sir. Today I'm here representing a family-owned business that has existed for over 80 years and a team that includes over 320 employees. CTI began in the late 1930s as an aggregate hauler with Rusty Gibbons as our founder. In 1940s, the first cement plant was built to construct the Hoover Dam. It was at this time we became cement transporters. Since the 1950s, our headquarters were based in Rito, and we were renamed CTI Incorporated around 1970. CTI has grown into a robust commercial transportation company that hauls hazardous and non-hazardous materials, with approximately 80% of our business supporting the mining industry throughout Arizona, western New Mexico, and Utah, while the other 20% is in support of commercial and roadway development. Overall, CTI has 8 terminals that have combined operations and maintenance capabilities, and a total of 17 different locations where our employees conduct operations. On February 1st, 2024, our new corporate headquarters and maintenance facility became fully operational. Located at 11885 North Rito Village Trail in Marana, Arizona, this is our site for the future for many decades to come. This beautiful state-of-the-art facility is a 2-story, 60,000 square foot building with 14,000 square feet of office space that rests on 20 acres. The first floor encompasses logistics managers, customer service, dispatch, training, safety, and the maintenance shop. The second floor houses the executive offices, accounting, and human resource departments. Currently, we have over 270 employees assigned throughout Arizona, working out of Marana, Nogales, Flagstaff, Kingman, Clarkdale, Globe, Laveen, Casa Grande, Safford, and Benson. The Marana terminal transports hazardous and non-hazardous materials, directly supporting the mining industry as well as commercial roadway development. Non-hazardous materials include cement, fly ash, quicklime, hydrated lime, diluent, decorative rock, and sand. Hazardous materials include sulfuric acid, petroleum-based products, and copper concentrate. At the Port of Tucson and in Benson, Arizona, we perform transloading operations at rail spurs where we transfer sulfuric acid and petroleum-based materials. Our drivers transport these materials to various customers, which include Freeport-McMoran, also FMI, Capstone, Carlotta, Excelsior, Mineral Park, and Asarco, just to name a few mines. Our Nogales terminal picks up copper concentrate from the Capstone mine, which is loaded by CTI employees at the mine site and then transported back to Nogales. These containers cross the border and are delivered by another carrier to Guaymas, Mexico for export. We average about 38 loads a day. Our Flagstaff, Kingman, and Clarkdale terminals transport non-hazardous materials from Peach Springs, Holden, Joe City, Sanders, and Clarkdale, and directly contribute to the mining operations, power plants, and commercial roadway development in the northern and Phoenix areas. In Globe, Arizona, we transport and transload the product perlite that is actually mined in Superior, Arizona. And we transfer it from a trailer to a rail car with a conveyor system. The loaded rail cars are then shipped throughout the country, and they go as far as the East Coast. This product is actually used in toothpaste and cosmetic applications, just to name a few. Our Phoenix-based terminal, Laveen, is located on the southwest side and transports both hazardous and non-hazardous materials. It is one of the most diverse terminals, providing support to multiple customers from concrete plants to power plants, roadway expansions, copper mines, as well as other industrial businesses. Our Safford team primarily hauls hazardous materials to and from FMI properties. However, we do have a small team based out of Safford that works directly on FMI Morenci, and they transload quicklime from rail cars to our trailers at the rail spur. These preloaded trailers are delivered by CTI drivers to one of 2 operational mills. The Curtis Terminal is located near St. David, Arizona, and this team delivers many hazardous products produced by Apache Nitrogen Plant, supporting the mining industry and power plants across Arizona. Outside of Arizona, we operate in Gallup and Spalding, New Mexico. We have over 40 employees and provide transportation and transloading operations at both locations. These sites provide direct support to our mining operations as well as power plants. In 2017, we established operations in Milford, Utah, but it shut down in 2019. This mine is now active, and we will begin to transfer sulfuric acid from rail cars into trailers and then deliver it to the Milford mine starting next month. To keep up with our demands of our business and overcome shortages of qualified commercial drivers in certain geographic areas, we expanded our capabilities a few years ago with an owner-operator program. Additionally, we have built partnerships with a few small transportation companies throughout the state and established a lesser division. CTI has always supported the hiring of veterans, and we have 46 of them on our team. Our company supports many military organizations to include the DM-50, the 162nd Air National Guardsmen, and the Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery at Marana. As mentioned earlier, I'm a retired Air Force veteran of 27 years, and I've recently been elected as the chairman for the Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery at Marana Foundation. We have over 50 active members. Our mission is charged with raising money that directly supports the cemetery's needs. In 2005, Paul Marsh, an Army veteran, asked the question, why don't we have a veteran cemetery in Tucson? He quickly teamed up with Norm Ross and Wendell Haig, both Air Force veterans, and they began diligently working with local, state, and federal members. They quickly learned that a veteran cemetery could not be established unless it was 75 miles apart from an existing veteran cemetery. When you map the distance, Marana was our site. In March of 2014, the Kai family graciously donated 42 acres. I speak on behalf of all of our local veterans and our foundation. We are truly indebted to the Kai family for your generosity, sir. The question in 2005 was answered on March 14, 2016, when the first veteran was interred at the Arizona Veterans Memorial Cemetery at Marana. Today, we have over 4,400 veterans and family members interred and currently average 24 internments a week. In addition to honoring our veterans with a beautiful resting place, the cemetery, along with veteran organizations, host a few special events throughout the year. I encourage you all to come out for one of the many events hosted at our cemetery. I thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you, David. Now I would like to call on Congressman Juan Ciscomani to the stage for a special presentation. Congressman Ciscomani, let's start. Congressman Ciscomani represents Arizona's 6th Congressional District in the House of Representatives, where he serves on the Appropriations Committee and the Veterans Affairs Committee. His district, includes parts of Pima, Pinal, Cochise, Graham, and Greenlee counties, and of course, the town of Marana. As many of you know, Juan spends a lot of time in our town, including just a few days ago when he joined our Founders Day celebration. That was a lot of fun. Juan and his family immigrated to the United States when he was just a boy and established roots right in Tucson, where his father worked as a bus driver to give his children a shot at the American dream. I think your dad succeeded. Juan attended Pima Community College and the University of Arizona, working his way through school with maintenance jobs until becoming the first in his family to graduate from college. During his time in Congress, Juan has prioritized accessibility and transparency as a family-focused congressman rooted in the values of his hometown, the same place and people he now serves. Juan resides just a few feet outside Marana town boundary with his wife Laura and their 6 kids, Zoe, Juan David, Kenny, Lily, Lucas, and Gloria. And which one's this one, Congressman? Gloria. Gloria, good to see you. Please welcome Congressman Juan Siscomani.
This is Gloria. She's our 6th. Laura is at a field trip with our number 4. Don't test me on the names, it's a lot easier to know the numbers. And tomorrow is Gloria's 5th birthday. So she gets to hang out with Dad today. It's, you know, when I hear about what the good work this town does, the leadership, how we've built this town, where we've come from and where we are today, the common theme and thread among all this is family. This is what we're all about. It's about our families, but it's also about the families we serve with and how we treat each other as a family. And how the mayor starts with leadership and the council and everyone. So I felt comfortable bringing Gloria here with us today just so she can see some of the work that I get to do. So Dan, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for always being such a great MC and a great champion for our community as well. And I mean that. I grew up in this community. I grew up in this area of the state. And as it was mentioned, I immigrated here with my family when I was 11 years old. Became a U.S. citizen in 2006 and then the U.S. Congressman in 2022. I became the first immigrant from Mexico to win the congressional seat in Arizona's history. And that's something that I'm proud of. No other country in the world would have given my family and myself an opportunity like the one we have here. I believe in the American dream. I believe in the American spirit, and I believe in Marana. I believe in Southern Arizona. I believe in what we stand for. So thank you so much, Amanda, and your chamber for your leadership and everything you do. Of course, the Marana business community. I work at a chamber of commerce for 4 years before working for Governor Ducey, so I know the work that you do. I know how much work goes behind these events. And of course, my good friend and the entire Marana Mayor and Council, Mayor Honey, who is an amazing, amazing friend of mine and also of my family. Now, the mayor has been a great partner since my first day in office, and he actually started calling me Congressman before I even decided to run. He knew I was running before I knew that I was running. He's a strong advocate of Marana, which in turn allows me to be a better advocate for you all as well in our community at the federal level. He has played a role in Marana flourishing, a key role in Marana flourishing and becoming what it is today. Now, Marana, of course, is the fastest growing community in the southern part of the state, and it's easy to see why. We all see why. The community offers all that Arizona families need to thrive. A strong sense of public safety. We have an amazing parks and recs and outstanding schools. Now, parks and recs, we just finished the flag football season where my boys participated in. They're now in the baseball season here in Marana as well. My other son is in the Oro Valley Football League. We have enough kids to spread the love all across Southern Arizona. So no town should. We're hitting Saurita here soon, here, Mayor Honey. Mayor Murphy, don't worry about that. We'll hit it there. We've got one more coming up. But we have a continued investment into transportation and infrastructure as well. Local government, of course, support for the business community of all sizes. And I am a strong advocate and believer in our small business community, which is a huge testament to the host here today of Amanda Wiggins and the Marana Chamber of Commerce for all the work that you've all done. And nothing underscores this better than the Marana Pumpkin Patch, I think. An activity my family and I love to participate in every single year. John Post, I haven't said hi to him today, but I'm sure he's in the room somewhere. And where is he? John, right there. John Post. And if you like John Post, you should see him at the gym. This guy is a monster. And I got the pleasure of working out with him for a few months at 5 a.m. in one of the CrossFit gyms. Could not keep up with him. And my wife now works out in the same gym with him as well. So events like this show how members of our community work to create the welcoming environment that Marana is known for. Like Mayor Honey, many of you here play a key role in shaping the community to what it is today, and you've achieved something special. While growing exponentially, the town has also stayed grounded in its roots. And that's a lot to say for a town that has grown as fast as this one with as much success as this one. And I want to just highlight real quick the work with veterans. I know our great mayor is a veteran himself, of course. That's a perfect example, the Veteran Cemetery here in Marana. And Paul Marsh was mentioned. I met Paul Marsh when I was a student in college. He was working at the library at that time. And if you know Paul Marsh, you never have to wonder what's in his mind. He'll let you know. If you're doing a good job or if you're not. So when he fought so hard to get the cemetery here, and we finally were able to get it done during the Ducey administration, I was proud to work with Paul in that area. Now Paul is, obviously an icon in our community and someone that we look up to and someone that we can thank for this, and of course, Kai family as well. So thank you so much for that. Now, as I mentioned, I have the honor of attending a number of events there in the Veteran Cemetery, so I was very proud to see them recognized here today. And I'm honored to support this effort in our veterans at the federal level. I serve in the Veteran Affairs Committee. I serve in the Appropriations Committee. And when you serve in the Veteran Affairs Committee and in the Appropriations Committee, as the only freshman in Congress in the Appropriations Committee, your calls get answered a little quicker, I found out. So if you have a message to our veterans, anything that you need, please let us know. And I'm here to partner. A quick example of that is how the mayor, the council, the leadership here and I were able to partner alongside the Marana Police Department and my team to secure the necessary funds and dollars to bring the Marana Police Department for a new 3D scanner for crime scene documentation. I got to see how this works, and we were able to advocate in Congress and be able to bring these funds back in partnership with the mayor. Now, I can only do so much if I don't have a good local partner and I don't have a great strong application to be able to promote this, and the mayor, of course, and his team provided that. So when Arizona Center tax dollars to DC, my job is to go fight to bring as much of that back as possible. I'll tell you this right now. There's been some skepticism on how much of this can we bring back, and if we should bring any back. My only regret of bringing of the money that we brought back is that we didn't bring more back, because we have to bring our resources back here at home. And this mayor right here is fighting alongside with me to make sure that we do that. Now, as I wrap up, and I want to recognize Mayor Honey on a special recognition, a congressional recognition, I want to tell you this. One of the best examples that I think, one of the best things that define Marana and its community is the ability to work across the aisle. It's the ability to work with whoever wants to work on something that wins for our community. That's what represents and that's what defines who we really are in Southern Arizona. It's not the one party or the other party. It's not the pointing fingers. And right now we're living in the most divisive and nasty time that we've ever lived. And it's a campaign year, so you're going to continue to see some of that. But I want you to know this. You have a leadership here in this town, and I subscribe to the same notion of working with anyone that wants to work to make progress in our community. Without looking at where they come from and what letter is behind their name. When you have an immigrant like myself that was given an opportunity that no other country in the world would have given you, you learn how to be grateful really quickly. I grew up washing cars with my dad up in the foothills to make ends meet. Now my daughter gets to come with me to these kind of jobs and gets nice dinners and gets to be on the House floor of Representatives. A little different than 4:30 a.m. washing cars with my dad as I grew up. But the point is that we raise our kids to be able to pursue the dreams that we had for them, and that they develop their own dreams as well. I go back to the same notion, it's about family. And we can't move forward with this community, and we can't fight for what we really believe if we're not willing to work, talk, and get along with people that we may not always agree with. I think we've lost that in our society. I think we're losing that in our society. But I don't think it's lost. I think it takes all of us to continue to fight for that. That is my commitment to you, and that is the commitment that I know that I can lock arms with Mayor Honey, the council here, and the leadership of this town to continue to do that. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring up my good friend Mayor Honey. A fierce advocate of this community, a good friend, as I said, someone that started calling me congressman before my own mother started calling me congressman, which is a lot to say because she still thinks that I am awesome, which I thank her for that. My wife reminds me that that's not always the case, so that balances itself out. But Mayor, someone who, as I was mentioning earlier, you've been not only on my side, but on the side of this community since day one. You've been here fighting every time. We're happy to see you here. We're happy to see you healthy. We're happy to see you strong. And I want to offer you a congressional certificate of recognition. This stays in the congressional record of the United States of America. And Gloria is holding on to it right now, so let me walk around the mayor here and grab it. We practiced that, believe it or not, but here's Mayor, a certificate of special recognition presented to Mayor Ed Honey in recognition of your unwavering commitment to the town of Marana, your wise leadership, and the enduring impact you have had as a mayor. We're lucky to have you with us. Congratulations, sir. Signed by your local congressman on March 28, 2024. My pleasure, sir.
I am truly speechless, and I thank you, Congressman. And like I said, I've called one congressman for 5 years now. He's been a congressman for 1.5 years. You know, this is a great honor, but the honor for me is to serve the people of the town of Marana. And I really, really feel blessed. And I think what we're going to do right now, before I do my closing remarks, is that we're going to make presentations to people in our community that have done wonderful things to make this the greatest place to live.
You ready to do this, Mayor? All right. Each year, the town of Marana honors members of the public for their service to our community. I'm honored to be joined by Mayor Ed Honey and Vic Hathaway to present the Town of Marana Community Awards. For our Youth Legacy Award, please welcome to the stage Carly Kaplan. Marana High School student Carly Kaplan is the epitome of a community servant. Beyond her incredible work in the classroom, she volunteers her time with the Key Club, Girl Scouts, and her church to make the world a brighter place. It's not uncommon for her to give up a Saturday to hand out produce with Borderland Produce or work on a Girl Scout project after school. She's a prime example of why her future is in good hands. For a teenager to look beyond themselves and find ways to donate their talents and time to make our community stronger is inspiring to us all. In a world where there are so many in need, young adults like Carly give us hope that our future is bright and full of potential. Congratulations, Carly.
I don't have anything prepared, but I wouldn't be here if it were not for my wonderful family and my wonderful teachers, because I believe that Marana has probably the best teachers on earth. They pushed me to do more than I ever thought I could, and my Key Club sponsor, Chelsea Pings, is the reason I'm here today, so she is the person I want to thank, and I just feel honored to be here, and I feel honored to serve this wonderful community.
For our first Branding Iron Award, please welcome Danelle Veslick to the stage. Danelle has been praised by members of our community for her remarkable contributions to journalism and commitment to community engagement. Used to be competitors here, it's all good. Over the past decade, she has pursued stories that resonate with Marana, using her platform to shed light on vital issues and amplify the voices of those who need to be heard. Her reporting exemplifies a deep sense of responsibility and a genuine commitment to making a positive impact. Her presence on social media reflects her commitment to connecting with the audience and creating a bridge between the newsroom and the community. Her dedication to investigative reporting is truly commendable. She has become a respected and trusted figure in Marana and Southern Arizona, embodying the qualities the Branding Iron Award seeks to honor. Congratulations, Danelle.
Didn't know today is that the mayor is actually preferring K-Gun, and that's why I got this, to get him off the stage. No, I just wanted to say thank you so much. It has been an honor and privilege to report in my community. I live in San Lucas in Marana. I have 2 amazing kids that go to MUSD. And as much as I have been there in your guys' lives to tell your stories, you have been there in mine. I have been a single mom of 2 for this past year, and as much as I have stepped up and leaned into the town of Marana, you guys have stepped in to help me. So I really appreciate you. Thank you. This is a great room. Also, just really quickly, I just got promoted to executive reporter, so I'm in charge of 16 reporters. To put our newest Marana reporter on the spot. You have a story idea. Madison, go ahead and stand up. Madison Thomas is your girl. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Amanda has been awesome. Everyone at the town of Marana, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Man, I'm feeling outnumbered. Two K gunners to 1 KOLDer. Yikes. Reminds me of that scene from Anchorman. I went and saw that movie twice in the theaters. Well, finally, for our second Branding Iron Award, please welcome the 2023 Marana Little League Junior Softball team to the stage. Here they come. Softball team left quite a mark on the community this past season as the first team from Marana to ever make the Little League World Series. Yeah. So the team is made up of a wonderful group of girls and coaches, showed how determination, perseverance, and hard work can help you accomplish your goals. After losing the West Region playoffs in 2022, this team set their minds to the 2023 season, playing and practicing weekly and growing together as a team. Each player dedicated time to the game, and in 2023 they set goals not only to get back to the West Region playoffs, but to win it and become the first team from Marana Little League to participate in the Little League World Series. It was for this game that friends, family members, and neighbors turned their attention to ESPN in a heartwarming display of unity and pride for our community. This team represented Marana well, and the community is proud of their accomplishments. Congratulations. Well, thank you and congratulations to all of today's recipients. Please welcome back to the stage Mayor Ed Honey to conclude today's Marana State of the Town.
Wow, there's so many good things happening here. I don't even know what to do. You know, I will say one thing. You know, Danelle, I've been friends with her for a long time, and she lives in Marana and has done a lot of reporting here. I am so proud of those young women. Do you realize they won the Western Regional for the Little League World Series, and when they said, what do you want to put on your shirts, like Arizona or something like that, they said, no, Marana. Those are Marana High School girls, and we're very, very proud of them. Harley, I thank you very much for what you did. You know, I don't read the teleprompter for what I had to say, but I want to talk about a few things happening in Marana. And I'm going to try to do it quickly. Ascent over at Pinal Air Park. Just got word a couple days ago, they're going to spend $55 million to build 3 hangars and bring 300 employees to Pinal Air Park. Now, when you drive out the gate of Pinal Air Park, you're in Marana. So that's where those people are going to live. We are thrilled to death that that's happening. You know, I'm friends with Colonel Pfeiffer over there at the Watts, Western Area Army Aviation. And they bought 360 acres outside of the air park, and they're going to expand as well. So people are coming to our region. When you say, well, you got all these people coming to your region, where are they going to go to school? So I just had a podcast with Dan Streeter, and we're talking about schools, and he said, well, you know, we're building a new auxiliary high school facility at Continental Reserve in Silverbell over in Continental Ranch. And we're going to have 800 kids there. Well, and the reason to do that is Marana High School has 2,400 kids. And Marana Mountain View, I think, has about 2,000. We want people to move here, but building a new high school, even though they own the land behind my home, is $70 to $90 million. They were able to buy that medical facility, and they're going to be able to move a lot of youngsters in there. They could still go to either of the high schools to play ball or band or extracurricular activities, but it's going to take the heat off of us. They're also building a new K through 8 in Gladden 2. A lot of you have seen Dove Mountain K through 8 or Twin Peaks K through 8. It's a new concept. Just like having 800 kids in an auxiliary high school facility, our middle schools are huge. Tortolina and Marana Middle School. So by building K through 8 with your new schools, and we have one of those problems that a lot of people don't have. We're not shutting schools down because people are leaving. We have to build new schools because people are coming. You know, so what's happening is we're going to build a K through 8 over in Gladden 2, and that will help take care of a lot of those youngsters. I also want to talk about the new Kroger Fry's food store coming into North Marana. Going to have about 250 employees. It's supposed to be open mid-August. Don't come to my house if they open, you know, a little later or something. I have to tell you a story. My late wife, who's been gone for a long time, asked me every day when I came home from work when the grocery store is going to open. That was 16 years ago, and we're on the fast track. But the building is up, people. You can actually see a building there. They're building the gas station. They're doing all kinds of stuff. But what that is an amenity for not only North Marana, but county, part of Pinal County, everybody else. We're so thrilled about that, you know, and it coming into our area and how well we're doing. You know, another thing I talk about that, you know, Dan and several have mentioned, what a fast-growing community we are. Single-family residents, we're averaging about 100 a month. 2.7 people per house. That's the national average for a single-family household. You know, you get 100 a month, you got 270 people moving to your community every month. Apartments, we have 9 around Marana, all over the place. They're huge, they're beautiful. About 720 of them are open, and about 1,000 are in some sort of, they're not finished yet, they're not ready to lease, they're ready to rent, but they're coming. If you add the 720 that are open in the houses, using 1.7 for apartments, I'm kind of a math geek, so I use all of that stuff, but the thing is, you're talking about 4,000 people. That's 12 people a day. Look at the people at the table next to you, and all of them are moving to this town tomorrow, and a couple of their friends are coming with them. You know, it's a pretty big deal. We're a victim of our own success, really. You know, but one of the things I wanted to talk about, first of all, I want to thank Leanne and Carlos and David. Weren't they awesome? One of my favorite sayings is, life is built on relationships. And I think Leanne and Carlos and David all kind of talked about that as well. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the relationships that we've had over the last few months. I'm going to start with the food bank. Lisa Schaefer from our town came up and said, hey, you know, the food bank's going to shut down. They're going to close the building. Oh, nobody told me. I was not a happy camper. So I'm thinking, what can we do?
Well, the first person I called was my friend Tom Murphy, because I know they have a food bank in Sarita. And Tom said, hey, well, you're coming to our state of the town in 4 days, and we'll set up a meeting and you can go over there. The second person I called was Sharon Bronson, and a loved friend. And I'm sorry that Sharon's health was bad enough that she needed to retire. I'm not going to tell you what she said, because there are women and at least one child in this building. But for those of you that know Sharon, she said, we're not going to stand for that. So we started meeting with the community food bank. Well, you know what the community food bank is? Cochise, Graham, Greenlee, Santa Cruz, and Pima County. And I'm thinking, regional food bank, that's a third of the geographic part of the state. We wanted to do something personally. So we went and met with Carlos and Sophia at the Sarita Food Bank, and they said, hey, why don't we help you? And you know, as it ended up, Carlos and Sophia are the manager and the assistant manager of both food banks, and Luis L. and Veronica are now running our food bank. But we are just so thrilled. Pima County's going to put $200,000 a year. Marana's going to put $100,000 a year, and I hope you guys put more than that in, you know, to help the people in our community. But then there were other people that called. Rhonda Pena called me, and I've known Rhonda Pena for 20 years. And she said, hey, can I come and talk to you about your food bank? Well, Rhonda works under Dan Sullivan, and she does a lot of the community outreach for the county. I'm like, sure, come on down. And she came down and met with Terry Rosema, and I think Clint Peak was there, and we talked about, she says, we want to furnish you a navigator. I'm like, huh? We're not on the ocean or anything. What are you going to do with a navigator? And she said, that's a person, and Carlos talked about it a little bit. In this food bank, we want to give you a hand up. It's not a handout. We want to help people that need it, that are elderly or out of work or whatever. But these navigators have a special mission that they do. Oh, and the county's going to pay. If I can work with other people's money, I'm good. But the county would pay them. And she brought Marhava with her, who was a navigator at Sarita, and now we have a couple other ladies. That food bank is going to feed people. And there are some elderly that may get a basket every month, or some people that are ill or that will. But what we want to do is help people with a hand up. Teach you how to fill out a resume. Teach you how to do your taxes. Teach you where you can get training for other things. Sarita's having classes in welding. Well, I can tell you a local welding company here is talking to us about having those classes in Marana as well. You teach a person how to weld, they'll make, once they become a journeyman, they make a six-figure salary for the rest of their life. So we're thrilled about that, but it's all built on networking and services. When Sharon got hurt, they were looking for a new supervisor. It ended up being Dr. Sylvia Lee. And I'm glad it is, Sylvia. Dr. Lee and I have been friends for many, many, many years. And people said, well, do you know this new person they chose? I said, yeah, I've known her for 30 years. But she made a commitment, along with Jan Lesher as well. We're going to help fund this food bank, and then we'll get community service to help fund this food bank. And we're all going to work together for the common good. You know, Roberta Lopez Suter is chairman of the Sarita Food Bank Board, but she's also chairman of our board. She works for Trico, lives in Tucson, does both of those. Life is built on relationships and people working together. And we're so thrilled that we have all those people doing that. Now I want to talk a little bit about state. About a year and a half ago, we had an election, and we had a new senator and 2 new representatives in District 17. And it had been District 11, and everything changed around. I didn't know these people from Adam, and neither did our county. So what we said we were going to do, we were going to have a breakfast and invite You know, all of them, Justine Watsack, Senator Watsack, and Rachel Jones, and Corey McGarr, the two representatives, to come to the town for a breakfast. They did. We spent more time talking about our kids and grandkids than we did about politics or anything else, but it's building that relationship. Life is built on relationships. I can tell you in the first session, 1117, the worst bill ever to be written in the state of Arizona, to take zoning and all control over housing and everything in all of our communities away from us, they helped kill it. And they busted their tail. I was talking to Senator Watsack one day, and she had 5 senators in her office, put me on the speakerphone and said, tell these folks why. And I did. You know, all of those people did. But it's through Justine and Rachel and Corey that we were able to kill that. Another thing that they did, and I talked to Justine about once a week. I think she's going to block me on her phone, but we talk about several different things. Last year they had some extra money, and she said, Mayor, what can we help you do? Justine, Rachel, and Corey each gave the town $3.25 million to give us $10 million total. And I'll tell you, the 3 of them gave most of the money back to the state. But that was to design Cortero Road so that we can make Cortero like Ina Road somewhere down the line. But the design's $10 million. We're so appreciated. We so appreciate that. But life is built on relationships. We have a relationship with them. Now they have a relationship with us. A lot of us become friends, not just bureaucratic neighbors. So we're so thrilled about that. The third thing I want to talk about a little bit is federal. Juan Ciscomani, and I knew him when he was at the Hispanic Chamber, and I've known he and Lauren, their kids forever. They're wonderful people. But he was working for Governor Ducey, and Mike Hammond was retiring after his 6 years as the ADOT member for Pima County, who serves on the PAG and RTA board. And I was interested in having General Ted Maxwell be appointed to that position. So I kind of called around and looked for some help. I called my friend Joe Winfield, and he says, oh, yeah, Ted lives in Oro Valley. I'll support him. He's a good guy. Well, there's one. So then I called my friend Tom Murphy, and he says, oh, yeah, Ted's a retired Air Force like me. Oh, I think he's great. I called Juan twice a week for about 6 months. And ask the congressman afterwards. He'll tell you that's true. But you know what happened? General Maxwell got appointed to the ADOT board. He's now on the PAG and RTA board, and currently the chairman of the Regional Transportation Authority, and doing a great job. So thank you, Congressman, for what you did there. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff. The Congressman stole some of my stuff, but we had a news conference, and Mayor Murphy and I were there. Councilmember Nikki Lee from the city. There was a manager from Pima, vice mayor from Sierra Vista, and talking about the money coming back in the region. The congressman got a couple $1 million for Pima, which is a very small community up by Thatcher, Safford, to help them rebuild their fire station. They didn't have the money to do that, but these good people needed that help. The congressman helped them. The congressman got money for Wilcox to help them remodel their hospital. He also got $3 million for Mayor Murphy, which I want my piece next year, Congressman, to complete a road in their community. And he helped us with, the police 3D scanner and things that we need for our police department. What I'm saying is, life is built on relationships. I think Marana is a different kind of community. When people ask me my name, I don't say Mayor Honey, I say, hi, I'm Ed. And they say, well, what's your favorite job? And I said, being a grandpa. And it is. But I mean, it's kind of one of those kinds of things. So I thank you all for coming. I want to recognize a few people before I close out. With our council members, and would you stand when I call your name? Vice Mayor John Post.
Councilmember Patty Comerford. Councilmember Jackie Craig. Councilmember John Officer. Councilmember Roxanne Ziegler. And Councilmember Herb Colley. I also want to recognize some of our leadership team. Terry Rosema, since becoming our town manager, has just done a phenomenal job. Don't get a big head, Terry, but I think you're doing a wonderful job. And his deputy, Eric Montague, Eric, doing a phenomenal job. And Andrea De La Cruz, the executive assistant to both of them, probably does more work with me than both of them. And we're really thrilled about that. We are doing so well. I see our police chief, Jeff Pritchett, is here. I want to tell you a little bit of story about him. Jeff grew up in Marana, went to high school with my daughter, he and his wife Tammy. So I have stuff on him from way back. Was such a wonderful officer. He went and got an education at the University of Arizona. He was a motor officer. He made sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and he became the chief. Jeff grew up a mile from our town hall. It really touches my heart that somebody that lives in our community. Jeff, would you stand up and wave to the people? You know, folks, I don't want to take a whole lot of time. I know you all got to go back to work and everything, but, you know, we are truly blessed. Our community is growing like crazy. New businesses, new houses, new parks, new roads, and we've been really successful. I thank you all for we want to build a relationship with you. Truly. I thank you for coming today. I'm going to end like I always do. God bless the town of Marana, and God bless you, each and every one. Thank you.